I don't give a crap about wasps.
We saw a group of YouTubers in line, but sort of off in their own space, and I see Captain Sparkles in the group, and I just call out, "Hey, Jordan!" And then the security guard that was with them tried to get in between us, but then Jordan was like, "Oh, no, man, it's cool, I know this guy." There's not really a twist to this story, I just thought it was pretty cool that Jordan told the security guard I was cool.
Get a cup and carefully place it over a spider. They're really dumb, so doing this will be super easy. Then scoop up your new best friend with a piece of paper and yeet it back into the wild with the rest of God's glorious creatures. Yeah, actually, there's a high chance that they won't make it being thrown into a completely different environment, but they should have thought of that before they decided to live in my house.
When you ask someone what time it is, sometimes they'll say, it's 1:45 blank. And first off, I really hate that way of telling time, because now I have to use math just to know what time it is. Someone will say, it's 7:45. Okay, so 7:45, well, a quarter is 25, so 8 minus 25, it's like -13. Wait, no, we're using time numbers, so a quarter of 60, that's like 10 minutes, so 8 minus 60 over 4, you carry the 2, and oh, it's 8 o'clock now.
But even though you won't be able to afford college at a minimum wage job, every penny helps, because college is important. Except in my case, I dropped out of college. School is for nerds!
And these two kids get the idea to play a game called Bodies. And if you aren't familiar with that game, it's a game where you punch someone. That's it.
Top 10 things that keep me awake at night. Number 10, eating all those sugary snacks before my bedtime. My blood sugar goes through the roof. Sorry, I just can't help myself. I love a good cookie dipped in hot chocolate. Number 9, death and existentialism. And he goes, "Oh, it was great to meet you guys." And then he shakes Jaden's hand, and that's when I remember, oh, that's right, I'm bleeding. So he shakes Jaden's hand, and then before he even gets a chance to shake mine, I just walk out and I don't look back. He probably thought I was really weird.
Then I got added to a group chat with 6 other YouTubers, so I wrote, "Hello, competition." And the very next thing I saw was Mr. Beast added Logan Paul, and my mind went, ah! A lot of times in high school, we talk about having a healthy self-image of ourselves, and teachers would say stuff like, "Don't listen to the people who call you ugly. You're beautiful." And all I could think was, there's people saying I'm ugly? I would hate it when I would apply to places online, and then my dad would tell me that I need to apply in person because that's better. They need to see my sparkling, responsible face. Every night when you hop into that empty bed of yours, you're sleeping with billions of microorganisms. You slut. At the end of the day, what really matters is that you're in 7th grade. Nothing you do will make you cool. I'm sorry, everyone regrets 7th grade, okay? Just start putting on deodorant, do the homework, you'll get through this. I'm totally making my future kid play a sport. That is, if I have kids. What if I die alone? And boom! A soccer ball just whacked me in the face. I got a bloody nose and I couldn't stand up without toppling over for a few seconds. Then, like the man that I am, I went back and played some more. And not 5 minutes go by when it happened again. And when you're not making sandwiches, you have other stuff to do, like stocking the chips or... We had stuff to do. But okay, we did watch a lot of Netflix and do homework, so I mean, it was... Not 10 seconds had gone by when a bird from a nearby tree swooped down and grabbed Harry in its beak. Harry was a free moth for a good 10 seconds before his painful, inevitable death. Science fair.
You know how websites will ask you to type in a bunch of misshapen letters to make sure you're not a robot? That's called a CAPTCHA. And some of those CAPTCHAs are impossible. Sometimes I look at a CAPTCHA and think, am I a robot? I just wanted to send some email. I didn't want to question my identity. I wasn't ready for an existential crisis club, Penguin. When my parents were my age, they already had a child. And here I am, wearing a Pokemon shirt.
Is my favorite candy bar, and I will stick by my answer no matter what you think, is M&M's. It's not a candy bar. Ow! What an astute observation! Sometimes when people ask this, I think, I should just say Twix. People won't get mad if I say Twix. But then I remember, screw Twix, I like M&Ms. Whoa, did you guys see what I just did there? I was talking about M&Ms for like a whole minute. I was having a conversation, all because I was arguing why M&Ms are my favorite candy bar. So that's it. That's how you talk to people. You disagree with everything they say and then argue about it. And being the good employee that I was totally willing to make this guy's sandwich over the phone, let him pick it up after we closed, and then I wouldn't ring him up and just pocket the money. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's a crime. Please don't sue me. So the whole class would spend all day researching a topic that interests them, and then we'd have to come up with a question that we could run an experiment on. An example of these questions are, does the temperature of a battery affect how long it will last? What color light produces the most heat? How does the shape of a rocket's fins affect its travel? All of which are projects I did. Basically, this was supposed to teach you about the scientific method, but what it really did was teach us how to procrastinate and make up data. One time in my college years, I got on an elevator to go to a class and another person got on with me. I live a pretty crazy life, I know. And I did what anyone should do in that situation. I didn't say anything to the other person, but then when we got on our floor, you know how the elevator doors are supposed to open? Well, this time it didn't. The doors didn't open. This is an introvert's worst nightmare, by the way. And it wasn't one of those elevators that you could fit a king-size bed into. This elevator was about the size of a red box. Is the door gonna open? It seems like it should open by now. What do you do in that situation? You can't not talk to the person you're now trapped with. So, what class are you going to? Physics? Oh, that makes sense, because this is a science building. Enough time had passed where we started looking up the school's number to tell them that we were stuck, which is what you're supposed to do, right? There's not like a button on the elevator that you can press to call for help, right? But luckily, while we were doing that, for whatever reason, after a solid 2 minutes, the door decided to open. And just the wave of relief that went over me and this kid. Oh, I thought we'd be in there for hours.
I hope I never see you again.
Same. And that's why I'm never going in an elevator again. It's too risky.